Hello, this is John from TC Math Academy, and in this video we're going to solve this equation right here. We have 11 minus 6x is equal to 3, and we're looking to solve for x. So my question to you is, can you solve this? And feel free to use a calculator because I'd like you to express your solution as a decimal. Now, if you can figure this out, go ahead and put your answer into the comment section. And then, of course, I'm going to walk through the solution here step by step. Also, if you need math help with the course you're taking, test prep, or homeschooling, make sure to check out my math help program at tcmathacademy.com. You can find a link to that in the description below. And if this video helps you out, don't forget to like and subscribe, as that definitely helps me out. Okay, so here we have 11 minus 6x is equal to 3. So the first thing, when you're dealt with any kind of math equation, right, you need to identify what type of equation, right? There's all different sorts of equations in algebra. And this particular equation, we're solving for the variable that's in the exponent location of this power right here, right? So this is quite different than x to the 6th power. Okay, this is a polynomial, a 6-degree polynomial. In other words, if we just kind of switch the variable and the number around here. So here, because we're looking to solve for the variable that's in the exponent, this is an exponential equation. Okay, so what you want to be thinking is, oh, exponential equation, I need to use logarithms to solve because exponential functions and logarithmic functions, excuse me, are inverses of one another. Now, if you solve a log equation, okay, you want to be thinking what? Exponents, right? Because, again, these two functions are inverses of one another. Okay, so hopefully you understand that. Again, if you are like lost, you're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Well, I teach all of this stuff, full, complete instruction, and you can check out either my Algebra 2 course, College Algebra course, or Pre-Calculus course. I'll leave the links to some of those courses in the description below if you really want to kind of, take a deep dive on this topic. But let's go ahead and get started now. So we're going to need to use logarithms to solve this equation. But before we do that, what we want to do is kind of structure this equation so we can take the log of both sides. So the objective here is to get your power, okay, with of course with the variable and the exponent on one side of the equation and a number on the other. All right. So basically, that's the kind of the setup here. You have your power and one number. Okay. So obviously we don't have that scenario right now. So, but we can clean this up, no big deal, just using some basic algebra. So the first thing I'm going to do is subtract 11 from both sides of the equation. And what do we get? We get negative 6x is equal to negative 8. Okay, so here you can see that this is negative and this is negative. So if I just divide both sides by negative 1, I can just get rid of that negative sign. So we'll just kind of write it like this. Positive 6x is equal to positive 8. Okay, again, if you're like, hey, how did you do that? Well, easy. I can just simply divide negative 1 by both sides of the equation, right? Okay, yeah, you always want to do that, by the way. If you're like, I could just leave it like this. No, try if you can put things in terms of positive signs, it's just easier, right? Now, at this point, we are ready to take the log of both sides. Now, this is a pretty simple setup. There's certainly much more sophisticated, complex exponential equations, but effectively, this is like the first step. Okay, so now that we have one power on one side of the equation and one number, we're ready to take the log of both sides. Now, basically, you could take the log, you could use any log, okay, any base, that you want to use in terms of logarithm. In other words, we could take the ln of both sides. Now, if you don't know what the ln is equal to, hopefully you do, that is log base e, okay, that's what we call the natural logarithm. But an log by itself is log base 10, okay, this is called a common log. And the reason we want to use this is because we have a lovely button on our calculator, log. Okay, that's the common logarithm. We also have an ln button, okay, which is the natural log. So you can actually do this problem by taking the ln or the natural log of both sides. You could technically do it, no problem, taking log base 7 of both sides. But again, you don't want to use a different base other than the ones on your calculator because you're just giving yourself more work. Okay, so again, unless your base here, okay, right here is an e, like e to the x. If you see e's, you're definitely thinking natural logarithm, right? So you got the common base e. But anyways, I'm digressing. Let's go ahead and get back to the problem. All right, so I'm taking the log of both sides, log of both sides. And one thing you need to kind of just keep in mind, here when I take the log of a number, right, like right here, log of 8, or the log, common log of base 8, you can literally just put this into your calculator and you're going to get some sort of decimal value, all right? So these are now just numbers, so just keep that in mind, okay? So in other words, don't get too, overwhelmed with the log. Now, you don't want to start converting or changing these values into decimals just yet. You always do that at the end. Okay, now, the next step in this problem, and this comes from the very critical property of logarithms. You need to understand the properties of logarithms, one of which is where you can take your exponent and move it in front of your log. Okay, this is very, very important property of logarithms. There's others, of course, you need to know those. I'm not going to be covering them on this particular video, but here I can put this exponent in front of this log. Okay, I can drop that down. Why can I do that? Well, again, there's a property of logarithms that allows me to do that. So now I have my variable as x times log 6 is equal to log 8. So this is effectively, right here, this is just a number. X times some number is equal to another number. I mean, this is like basic algebra stuff, right? Like x times 2 is equal to 8. Now, of course, I would write that as 2x is equal to 8. But to solve for x, all I need to do is divide both sides of the equation by what? In this case, log 6. Okay, so x would be equal to log 8 divided by log 6. Now, once you show your work like this, okay, now you can break out your calculator. Oftentimes, your teacher will be perfectly happy with an answer like this, but if the problem states find a decimal, approximation, or write your answer as a decimal, well, then you're going to have to get your calculator out and type in log 8 divided by log 6, and you'll get x is approximately 1.16. Okay, so in terms of, how difficult this problem is, I would say this is probably like a 3 out of 10 in terms of level of difficulty. It's kind of a basic review problem. But, the thing is this, right? If you don't understand something, okay, how do you handle that? Well, it's not just in math, it's in life. What you got to do is go back to the basics. You got to first identify what you don't understand. Now, if you are a student and you have a teacher and you write out all your steps, your teacher, you can say, hey, where am I going wrong? And you're writing out your steps, and your teacher should be able to say, oh, right here, you made an error. Okay, this is wrong. Now, you need to figure out why that's wrong. Okay, clearly you don't understand something, but here's the thing. The good thing is if you understand 90% of everything, but you just made an error on this little part, once you correct that, then you should be able to get everything right. Okay, so, learning math is really a game of details, one skill at a time. Okay, that's why it's so important to write out all your work neatly in an organized manner, step by step, so you can see what's going on, and better yet, your teacher can see what's going on. Okay, so if you need help with exponential functions or logarithms, just check out my courses in the link below. But hopefully this little video helped you out. If that's the case, don't forget to like and subscribe. And with that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your mathematics adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.